have a quick look at some of the tactical objective cards and the new 40k 8th edition rulebook. I got this Monday last week, no, Sunday, so I have it a week now. I haven't read too much into it because of work and whatever, but I did get playing a game on Wednesday. I played 2 games actually, and I really enjoyed it. The tactical objective cards helped, and I love the fact that there's so much fluff in the rulebook. The box is quite nice. I think it's sturdy, which is nice. The edges and stuff will probably get like rubbed on and dented, but that's bound to happen from use. So it all seems to be the same backing on the cards, and then each card seems to have a little bit of a different piece of artwork, which is really cool. I really enjoyed that. I'm not going to go through all of them now, but let's just say when I was playing the second game, I actually broke my box already. When I was playing the second game, we used I think it's the Maelstrom of War table. That's where you use tactical objectives, not just objective markers. I had like secure objective 4, I think it was, and it was on the other side of the board, so that didn't happen. But I think it's handy just having them so you can have them in front of you the whole time and telling your opponent what you have and what they have, so you kind of know what they're going for to work against it is handy. They're nice cards as well, you know. The artwork is cool. But anyway, let's look at the main event. Some pretty cool artwork there. It's a Space Marine fighting a Chaos Space Marine. Space Marines. Reaver Titan. Maybe it's not the Reaver. It's not. Yeah, I think it is the Reaver. And Chaos Reaver. This bit is pretty cool. I really like how this looks. It's the cover of White Dwarf as well. At the minute I picked that up the other day. You have your usual intro, and you have this absolute massive piece of artwork. And you have the Primaris Space Marines here, all the Norgal. I'll see if I can zoom without losing too much focus first. Yeah, so there you go. You can see how cool and detailed the artwork actually is. And I believe that there is Mortarion in his Demon Primarch form. And then you have... why doesn't this thing turn? Just give me a wee second, guys. I got this. There we go. You have the flying plague drone things that are in the starter box, and some Thunderhawks in the back. It's just a really cool piece of artwork. It still has the new book smell as well, which is nice. I'll zoom back out so you can actually see what I'm talking about. I really like this piece. It's really cool. At first I thought it was actually a Grey Knight fighting the demon, but it looks like it's actually Black Templars with this cool plasma gun there. And then I think this might be digital art because it's really clean and crisp artwork, and the Norgal guy looks really cool fighting the Primaris Marine. Usual there, guys. The camera was full. I really need to learn to delete stuff. This is kind of a black and white version of this picture here in the contents page. So you have, it's mainly fluff in this one, which is kind of cool. So you have the armies of the Imperium, Imperium of Man, Forces of Chaos, the Xenos Threat, Eternity of War, and then you've open play, narrative play and match play. And I think, if I zoom in a bit you might be able to see what I'm actually talking about. I think it was a good move on Games Workshop's behalf to kind of incorporate a narrative play section into the rulebook, because if you look at the narrative campaigns that Mini Wargaming do and how successful they are, it would be foolish not to pay attention to it. I think that's kind of the intro there, is there was only war, and playing the game, open play, narrative play, kind of gives you a quick run through. Match play, then you have your advanced rules and your appendix at the back. So it talks about the hobby first. There's a massive Ultramarine versus Nurgle kind of display, battle display, which is really cool. I like how the Imperial terrain is actually painted kind of I want to say ivory, I was going to say yellow. It's definitely not yellow. So then here you have Nurgle Force, you have Space Marine, Ultramarines, Blood Angels, and you've Gene Stealer Cult then up here. And that's just talking about collecting Citadel miniatures. Building and painting models, going through how to paint your Ultramarines. Gaming, they have a picture of a dude playing against a chick, so it's kind of showing women can play it if they want. It's not just a man thing. You've open play, narrative play, match play, just giving you a brief understanding, and then you have Dark Millennium. The only thing I don't like about this piece of art is it looks like whoever's driving this tank is trying to shove their cannon into the centre of the, what's he called? Lord of Skulls, I think he's called, just to blow a hole in him. But other than that, I think it's a great piece. And then it's just lots of history and dogs barking. More artwork, pretty nice. Worlds of the Imperium, Depths of Space. It's all kinds of like fluff and artwork. You have the Sanguinius is dead there, Horus's feet, and the Emperor's there. Fluff. Robbie G coming back. This is the new map of the galaxy, I believe. I haven't read any of this yet. This is mainly just fluff that I'm flicking through at the minute, and I haven't read half as much of it. That's kind of, we'd all be familiar with this from, if I zoom out the right way, from Dark Vengeance. That's kind of the artwork from there. Armies of the Imperium. You have your Mechanicus, Grey Knights, Guard, Space Marines, and Imperial Knights. What I like about this artwork is how crisp and clean it is. Like, it's very kind of modern. And then if you look over here, right, if you look really carefully, right, because originally I thought this guy was shooting the Space Marine in the head, but just on the tip of the gun it's kind of like a claw thing, so he must be extracting the gene seed there. The Primaris guns, you have the Assault Bolter, the Bolt Rifle, and the Plasma Incinerator. Then you have a Primaris or a Marine. Chapters, kind of some history for them. Nice artwork there, the Wolfen, Death Watch, Grey Knights, Astra Militarum, the different kind of branches of them. This is really cool. This is like Mechanica stuff. Some drawn artwork there is nice. Imperial Knights, Imperial Agents, the Imperium at War. A couple of pictures of models then is nice. I love these spreads that they do. It's just masses of models. Sisters of Battle, the Custodes, Forces of Chaos. So you've, that's obviously Zinch, Nurgle. I don't know if that, like, Khorne. Slanesh is gone, so I don't know if that's kind of the way they were trying to break it up or whatever. Chaos God. Oh, Slanesh isn't gone in this one, sorry. Sage Sigmar's gone. I love this. This is really cool. His, like, it's kind of like a Horuspex, you know, tearing the thing with the mouth and his stomach. Thousand Sons, Renegades, Chaos Unbound, so they have Magnus in there. A lot of Thousand Sons stuff. The massive Bloodthirster kit. Some Tau, which is nice to see. Xenos Threat, so Orcs, Dark Eldar, Necrons, Tyranids, Eldar. the Eldari, whatever that's about. And then I have to read the fluff obviously, but this is the new big Eldar chick that's kind of gone nuts. This is badass. Like, this guy should have red eyes and be called Arnie because he's just a proper Terminator. And that's really cool as well. Orcs fighting Tau. Orc weaponry. Very, very simplistic. Shooter, slugger, power claw, rocket launcher, the big chopper, boom bomb. Love this picture. That's the cover of the Tau Codex. I think it's amazing. Just have a real thing for Tau lately. I was originally going to paint my Tau like this, the Viola Sept, but when I seen the Sasia Sept, it's the kind of a palish blue grey with yellow. I was kind of like, I might take that one. And then there's just Tyranids destroying everything, eating everything. Gene Stealer Cults, Alien Menace. That's the model for the new Eldar woman. She called Yvrine or something. Kind of hard to pronounce. Fighting some Slaanesh Marines. And Chaos Demonettes. Some nice pictures of painted models in this. It's really nice, especially the Tau stuff. Nice Necron scheme there. This is deadly. All the orcs, masses of Tyranids. That's like ridiculous amount of models. More orcs there. Orcs get a full page because they've so much to do. Tyranids just have two pictures of massive stuff, massive collections, and that's just 5 pictures of all the different orc stuff. And then this is kind of like the fluff and stuff. Marchplan, Forces of Chaos, Fall Acadia. That's obviously when Abaddon kind of started all this crack going on. Gives you the lowdown on all the planets. Apparently there is only war, and then you're into open play, narrative play, and match play. This is the section just kind of give you a quick rundown. Shows you how to use data sheets. Goes through your core rules. I read some of this before I played the game and it was really easy to understand. So you have your movement phase, then the psychic phase, shooting phase, still the shooting phase, charge phase, fight phase, and then the morale phase. This really helped me understand the rules, which I thought was really good and well done. It shows you how to move, giving you actual examples of what everything does. And down here it's like shooting phase, so you have to roll to hit, you need to roll to wound, then you have armor saves, so it goes through everything with you, which is really good. Open play, hold at all costs. If you haven't read through all of this just yet, that's a really cool piece. The narrative play I kind of stayed away from because there's only 3 or 4 of us playing 40k where I am at the minute, and you have stratagems and different types of missions here, so it's not really worthwhile starting a narrative campaign when you're playing the same armies all the time, you know. Different types of missions there to play in the narrative campaign. Some nice pictures of models here. Historical battles, so that's obviously in the narrative campaign. The match play is the section I spent the most time in. You choose armies, so it kind of gives you a guideline of what you're doing. Up to 1,000 points, number of detachments 2 per army, battlefield size 4x4. It should take you no longer, well, in and around 2 hours. 1,001 points to 2,000, 3 detachments per army, 6x4, 2 to 3 hours. 2001 to 3000 points, up to 4 detachments per army, 8x4 table and 3 or more hours. So it kind of gives you a guideline of how you should be playing. You have the Eternal War table and then the Maelstrom of War table. The Eternal War table is the first table I used when I was playing. It's just a standard kind of, you have Retrieval Mission, No Mercy, the Scoring, Big Guns Never Tire, Secure and Control, and the Relic. And then the Maelstrom of War, you have Cleanse and Capture, Contact Loss, Tactical Escalation, Spoils of War, Cloak and Shadows, and Deadlock. It's the Maelstrom table that you get to use your objective cards in. And then you get to pick a deployment zone. So there's a couple of different ones. You have your standard Hammer and Anvil, Dawn of War, Search and Destroy, Spearhead, Frontline Assault, and Vanguard Strike. Different missions, the rules and victory conditions, deployment, blah de blah. That's all the Eternal War ones. Picture Break, some of the new Norgal stuff, fighting off against some of the new Sisters of Battle and Custodes and Primaris Marines. They're your tactical objectives. So it's basically for the Eternal War, secure objective 1 to 6, and then just for the different things, the score and victory point. If you control objective, marker 2 at the end of your turn, all that kind of stuff. It's just simple. Then you have defend, behind enemy lines. And then you're into the Maelstrom missions. You have the rules for each mission there. And well, they're the simple ones. Then as you go through, they get a bit more complicated. Master the War, score 1 victory point if you have manifested or denied a psychic power during your phase. If you manifested or denied 3 or more psychic powers, score D3 victory points instead. So you know there's objectives that can benefit people that have psychic powers or can deny psychic powers. And then you have your advanced rules section. It kind of goes through everything else then. Benefits of having a battle forged army. I think my army was a battalion detachment. And then it's just the different types of detachments you can take, more models. It goes through terrain, so like it'll tell you what each type of terrain does, if it gives you cover, slows you down, that kind of stuff. Battle zones. So you have knife fighting. This is just kind of like an environment you can play in. Psychic Maelstrom. Psyker suffers 6 mortal wounds if they are slain by this. Your opponent may place a Chaos Spawn model under their control where the Psycho is standing. So they kind of add a nice element to it, so the game doesn't get boring. You have Planet Strike. I actually didn't know this was here, so I'm looking forward to playing some of them. Planet Strike. You have Cities of Death. You know, different types of like the expansions that are brought out for it. Stronghold Assault, Bunker Assault, Death from the Skies. I knew this one was coming up. That's kind of cool. Death from the Skies missions and all, then multiplayer battles in it. Campaigns. This is the full artwork of the guy here taking out the Gene Seed, and this guy up here is done with this Chaos Space Marines crap, just throwing them off. Then you have your appendix, and then the index. I laughed when I read this because it's Combat Lifesaver, and then underneath it has how to field dress a last wound. So I had a good laugh at that. But that's basically it. That's a quick run through of the rulebook, what's in it, some of the artwork. So I'll put that thing back in there so I don't get it caught. And once I kind of play a couple more games, I'll have a better understanding of the rules. But I'm not going to go and read every page because it'll take forever. So it's nice that it's hardback, and it's A4, and there's so much fluff in it. So for now guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and happy working.